All right, welcome back to the channel. It's your boy Fanon, and in this video, I'm going to talk about a very unfortunate rumor that is buzzing around about Errol Spence. After Errol Spence shared a few statements, one about the use of PEDs and the other one about his return to boxing. And there are people that are saying that he may be taking the approach of if you can't beat him, join him, with Victor Conte and Snac. Let's talk about that in this video. All right, welcome back to the channel. It's your boy Fanon. And in this video, we're going to be in the 154-pound division where Errol Spence Jr., it has been confirmed, will not be fighting Sebastian Fundora. And he will be replaced, I do believe, by somebody else for Fundora during the time that those guys were going to be fighting. But I've been told, and I certainly hope it's not true, that Errol could actually be considering doing something that many people would turn their head and shake and say, oh man, don't do that. But you know the saying, if you can't beat them, join them. And that's what 99% of people are doing. Hey man, don't be surprised if your favorite fighter walks out there looking like Juan Manuel Marquez in the fourth Manny Pacquiao fight when his back got like a mutant ninja turtle. But before I get into the details, let me welcome you back to the channel. If you're new to the channel, please exercise your right to click that subscribe button. And thank you to everybody that supports in the super chat and the super thanks. It really does mean a lot to the channel. But let's get into this. So Errol Spence Jr. is at a crossroads in his career. He came off a very, very poor showing against Terence Crawford. And before that, his career, after it really got to the peak, had been marred by car accidents, eye injuries, rib injuries, just, you know, it took a real beating on his body. And he said two things over the course of the last week that really struck people. And one was that he said, look, there are people that can take off 2 years, just get themselves on something, cycle off, come back and have their test, their 8-week VADA test or WADA test or whatever, become clean, right? And so he said that, and he also talked about how, you know, he's not going to fight again until he feels like his body is ready and that he's, you know, that he's all the way right. And he knows that he had a terrible car accident and that car accident definitely affected him. So, you know, he feels like he's really, you know, glad to be alive, but insists that he's going to continue on with his career. Well, you know how that goes. You have a lot of speculation then about what is he going to do. Now, if you're not familiar with Snac and Victor Conte and Terence Crawford and Devin Haney, let me give you a little bit of background. Victor Conte is a very controversial person in sports. He runs a company called Snac, which is for supplements for athletes, mainly focusing on boxing now. And he is an advocate for VADA and drug testing. But many people say, and shout out again to manager Marty that did a lot of the research. I really did learn a lot from his channel on this. Anyway, just is in a situation where it's really kind of funny, and people at the very least know that Snac and that program gets you as close to the performance enhancement benefits that you would get with illegal substances, but this stuff is supposed to be legal, right? So what is Errol Spence Jr. to do in his career in order to get his body to the maximum that he possibly can get it to? Well, at this stage, it would probably be doing what 99% of boxers are doing and getting yourself a little bit of assistance. So people are saying that he may join Snac, may, take another year off just to get his body all the way back, and with the use of things that may or may not be legal. Now, my take on this is that Errol Spence Jr. can do what Errol Spence Jr. wants to do. I do not believe that Errol Spence Jr. would go and sign up with Snac and Victor Conte. I do not believe that he would do that. I don't believe that he would even use any type of performance enhancers. He doesn't seem like the type of guy to do it. Not saying that there is a personality type since so many people are doing it. However, you never know, man. You never know if he says, look, man, I need a little bit extra help with my body. If he hires somebody that is very, very good, right? Kind of like what happened with Juan Manuel Marquez when he was going into the fourth fight with Manny Pacquiao, and he hired this guy named Angel Heredia. Angel Heredia was similar to Victor Conte in that he had a reputation for having worked with people and used performance enhancers before. Now, the question is, what is the letter of the law and what is the spirit of the law with this performance enhancement stuff, right? Like, for example, my understanding is that Devin Haney said in an interview during, on the Netflix special that Victor Conte has, said that, hey, yeah, he gets the performance enhancement benefits like he's on steroids or like he's on whatever, HGH or whatever. However, he's not on it. So therefore he gets it, right? And you know that Devin Haney does get those benefits. Being able to blow up 25 pounds in a day, right? And still be able to come back. Anyway, that's what he says. And you look at Terence Crawford, who's been working with Victor Conte moving up a weight. It very well worked for him as well. And they get absolutely no pushback, no blasting at all really about it. So, the choice is for Errol Spence is how much do you want your career? How much do you want a championship? How much do you really want to have your body in its optimal shape that it could possibly be? How much do you want that? And and is it worth the potential damage to your reputation and your own self, the feelings you have in yourself, knowing that you are a clean and honest competitor? Is that type of potential damage, worth the risk of doing it flat out illegally? Working with people who can give you legal things? Honestly, for me, that's the same thing. If you know that it's giving you performance enhancement benefits that other people cannot have, and it's outside of your body, it's not something that is related to your talent, it's related to the chemicals that you put in your body. Look, you can do something that is legal, but something that it is against the spirit of the law. The spirit of the law is the problem that you're really trying to solve. The letter of the law is the way that people go about solving it. So the spirit of the law about performance enhancers, you don't want anybody to have an unfair edge, right? That's what the purpose of it is. Well, if you're using Snac and it's doing the same thing as the illegal substances, you're still violating the spirit of the law. And that gray area can really cause a lot of problems. So my hope is that this is not true, that Errol would just, do the absolute best that he can and not try to get into that type of stuff. But, people are saying, hey, man, he could be working with Victor Conte. I don't think he will. I think he's a clean dude and he's going to keep his name above reproach, but we'll see what happens. Anyway, that's my take on the matter. Please let me know what you think in the comment section. And with that, I'm out. Deuces.